Hello once again, my friends. I just got this box in the mail. It is from Flippin FLAmingos, and it is a craft jewelry lot that I purchased from them for $25, and I thought we would open it on camera. Now, if you're not familiar with what a craft jewelry lot is, it means that it's got broken pieces and pieces that need repair and pieces that oftentimes single earrings and things like that. Any of us that deal with jewelry always just keep a bucket to put all of that kind of stuff in that we aren't going to sell individually, don't want to deal with, and then we sell it as a craft lot. Hence, for people to make crafts with or redesign and repurpose. So, Renee showed this as half of it was just a craft lot, and the other half was just some vintage plastic necklaces. So I figured for $25, let's take a look and see what it is, see what's in here, see if there's some pieces we can't do something with. And I want to show you that just because something is not, perfect and ready to go does not mean that it's not useful. And it does not mean that it doesn't still have great value to it, both for personal use and even to do things for resale. So I'm assuming one of these is the necklaces and one is the crafty stuff. All right, so we're going to open this one first. So again, this is from Flippin FLAmingos. I paid $25 for the whole lot for both packages here. Probably should have had scissors next to me to do this. Okay. Well, let's see what they sent me. I mean, I did see them on video, but like they didn't go through them. All right, so these are the necklaces. So Renee of Flippin FLAmingos said these are vintage, perhaps, back to the 50s to now. And she just called them plastic acrylic bead necklaces. These look really cool, though. They look much nicer in person than they did when she showed them quickly. So let's just take a quick peek at these. Some of these probably will be listed for sale, either when I do my dollar jewelries, or some of this stuff actually looks pretty nice. I might list it on Poshmark or something. So these are just some faux pearls, but they're solid. Okay, this one here, and she did say they're all plastic, so I don't think there's any stones or anything in here, but plastic doesn't mean bad. It does not. This is a really cool chunky yellow faceted. There's some air bubbles in there. I like it. This is a really cool swirly purple. It does have, like it's molded. There are lines on it, but it looks like it's done in the style of a nicer piece. So this, I don't think this is as old as 50s, but it's more modern, but it's in a retro style, and it's pretty. I like the color. Okay. This isn't plastic. This is like fabric, like thread covered. I mean, I guess the beads underneath are probably plastic. This just screams 1970s to me. And I'm sure there's a name for that style of bead. I don't know what it is. But that could be a really cool piece. I think that's very unique. All right, this one, oh, I was going to say it's broken, but look at that. That's the clasp. Do you remember the pop beads? Is this, yeah, this whole thing is pop beads where you can open it, and that is super cool. I used to have pop beads when I was a kid in the 80s, but I never saw a whole necklace that was like just one kind of pop bead like that. I actually really love that. And it's a pale pink, if you can't tell the color. And it looks like this one is the same thing. So this is green, and this is short like a choker, but it's the pop bead. So if we wanted, we could kind of mix and match and put the greens in with the pinks and make a pattern out of them. Love those. Okay. We got some more faux pearls. Oh, this is a very long strand. Woo. This one is super long. And it's kind of iridescent-y. Definitely plastic, but they're pretty. All right, these, I think that might have came off of this. These aren't plastic. These look like some kind of a seed or a, I don't know what these are. Unless they're molded plastic to look like that, but don't they look like little seeds or some kind of organic something or other that's been painted over? I think this is pretty nice stuff for them to have included with their junk lot. Oops, sorry. I keep hitting the camera there. All right, some more faux pearls. These ones have like a pink iridescence to them. So these ones are a little bit heavier than the others. Here's another of the green pop beads. So there is a whole set of the greens, just like there were the pinks. Just those ones were separate. So you could mix and match and make green and pink. A little tangled here. You could do green and pink pattern. You could make matching necklace and bracelet. You could do so many things with the pop beads. Some of these are a little bit lighter toned. So I don't know if it was actually a different color or if they just have different wear or light exposure to them. Okay. These are metal. This is not plastic. So these are very chunky, faceted metal, kind of a statement choker, I would call this. Yeah, it's heavy, it is cold, it is shiny. These ones are plastic. And then again, it looks like a very long strand. Very long strand of black plastic faceted round beads. They remind me of little disco balls. These aren't plastic either, are they? I think these are some kind of a ceramic or something. When I first saw this in the pile, it reminded me of the paper beads. Just the shape of it and everything, but it's not. I don't think they're plastic. If they are, it's like a more durable, like something really hard, but I think this is maybe something that was like a clay or a ceramic or something like that, and then painted or enameled even. You know, like a stoneware. That's pretty cool too. There's some nice stuff here. All right, and these might be glass. They've got, yeah, I think these are glass. These aren't plastic. think these are cut glass. All right, this is a vintage plastic. Sorry, I was looking at it off camera. Okay. Again, this one here, these are really lightweight. I think they're hollow plastic beads. This, so this has a vintage clasp on it. It's a double strand. Oh, it has something on it. Hong Kong. This one is definitely like 1950s. So my phone cut me off. Sorry for the cut there. So as I was saying, these have beautiful pastel colors, the greens and the pinks and the yellows. And they are a lightweight plastic. Maybe even, I was going to say maybe even lucite, but no, I don't think so. They're molded, but they're really pretty. I like this. Let's see. So these are gray, kind of chunky, swirled. That's cool, right? This says something too. Japan. We've got a little rhinestone in here. Okay. A few more pieces here. This is more iridescent plastic. I like that. I love the shiny things. This one here is, this is an old one. I think the clasp does say something, but I can't make it out. It's gotta be cleaned. So this is like a little choker. And then we have this one. It's got metallic-y kind of jewel tones. Lightweight plastic. This one here, oh, this is a very old clasp. No, that's not a name on it. It's just a filigree pattern on it. I thought there was perhaps a name there, but it's not. So this looks very delicate. I'm gonna be careful with the strings on that. I think these are glass too. Let me see. Yeah, these are glass. This isn't lucite or acrylic or anything. These are glass. They're very cold. They're a little sharp. Okay, this one here, what is this? It's a bracelet. Okay, it's a double-stranded bracelet. And these are like those irregularly shaped, funky. I'd say this is probably 70s, maybe 80s. I like it. It's different. You know, back when costume jewelry was actually built really nice. So even if it's not like a big name, they're still super cool pieces. Much better than all that mall stuff that you get today. And the last thing in this bundle is this here, which is a really pretty bubblegum pink. And then this kind of natural cream color. These are molded plastic. but it looks like they're meant to represent kind of a natural something. And it's really long. And I like it. I like all of these pieces. This is great stuff. So the $25 I think was worth it. This came off of that one that I said looked like seeds. So yeah, that's what the inside of them looks like. It's definitely something. But yeah, all of this stuff, swing it back into view. I think the $25 was worth it just for this stuff. And then we still have the whole bag of the crafting jewelry. So I'm going to pause you guys, put this away, and then we'll dig into the next bag. Okay, so here we are with the second half of the package. And this is stuff that is supposedly all craft jewelry. So I expect to find things broken, loose beads, single earrings, that kind of thing. But it is still super fun to look at this kind of stuff. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in a pile, and then as we go through, I'm going to put it back in the bag here. So, like I said, everyone who deals with jewelry has like a pile of crafting stuff that they're looking to get rid of. I fall under the category of don't throw anything away. So everything I have that's not something I'm going to deal with, I do put in a bin, and a lot of this stuff will probably end up in my craft bin to get passed on. Usually when I get like a gallon bag full, I sell it off. But what I did recently do was go back through my own craft bucket and pull out some pieces that I'm going to use to make magnets. So that's the project I'm on now, is I'm going to make some mixed media magnets out of old jewelry pieces and maybe use some damaged photographs. So this looks like this used to be a cool necklace. It is missing 2 of these little gems. But if you can see, they are articulated in such a fashion that, like this right here, ooh, sorry, I was off camera. This right here is one piece. This right here is one piece. These little dangles are separate. So it would be super easy for someone who's crafty. And I used to be really crafty. I haven't done a lot of crafty things lately. So I don't know how much I'll undertake and how much I'll just say that's cool and pass on. But it'd be super easy, as an example, to someone wondering, what do you do with craft jewelry? You could take it apart here and here and make those into a pair of earrings. Super easy. You could actually get a couple pairs of those. Or you could even use a single dangle to make a pair of earrings. You could take it apart and just take off these pieces here and make it a necklace just with the center. There's tons of ways you could reuse the pieces of this. Or you could find another similar piece and replace these. That'd be simple enough to do as well. You could even take the one out of here, stick it over there so they'd be even with the same two missing, and then you could paint that in or put something different on those 2 spots. So there's probably 101 different ways you could turn this piece into reusable, wearable, or sellable items. Excuse me. All right, so we do have just some little loose beads hanging out. I'll tuck those away as I find them. What else? What else? And you're also going to find a lot of, like, usually you're going to find a lot of tangled up things in craft lots. Personally, if I have something that's too much of a tangled mess, I'll just throw it in my craft lot, even if it's maybe some good pieces, because you just don't want to mess with it. There's nothing wrong with this. So I'm guessing that they tossed this in here simply because it's lightweight, cheap little, you know, it doesn't really have any resale value on its own. So they threw it in here. but it's totally wearable. So I could keep that and wear that. I could give that to my friend's daughter who would just love it. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that piece. This here. So these are some plastic, I forget what these kind of beads are called. And I don't know if this was never finished or what they were intending this to be. But I would basically just say take this apart and reuse the beads for something else. All right, here, it looks like this used to be part of a belt buckle or something. It's plastic, but it's a super cool design that you could totally use in any number of craft projects. I can see this being put on the front of a photo album or even used in a picture frame. Lots of stuff you could do with that. All right, this is an earring. I'm gonna guess the match is not here. Okay, here's a bracelet. So it's a super cool old bracelet, and the reason this is craft jewelry is some of the stones are missing. But there are panels like this one here that there's nothing wrong with. So this could be, like, the panels could be taken apart, and the ones that aren't damaged could be used, like my project to make a magnet. I could definitely use this as a piece in a magnet. It would be nice. This would be a pretty hair barrette if you want to just hot glue a barrette back on the back of it, or even a bobby pin. You could make a brooch out of it just by, you know, putting different fasteners on the back. And there's several pieces on here that aren't damaged. You could take two that aren't damaged and make earrings. You could do so many things. Or you can just use these stones as parts to mix and match with other things. All right, so here we have, this looks like it's just a piece of something. This one is perfectly fine. So we can use that for all kinds of crafting. This one does have a couple missing. But I just wanted to give you guys an idea of, like, just because something is broken does not mean it is worthless. There's always something to be done with it. And if you don't want to deal with the hassles of doing it, there's always somebody else willing to take on the projects. So these are fun little pieces. Actually, I don't see what's wrong with it. Oh, just the clasp is broken. Just the bar on the clasp. So if you wanted to, you know, wear this as a necklace, it'd be really simple just to replace the clasp end. That's all it would need to be done on this. All right, we have, this was probably part of an earring, but you could very easily enlarge that hole, add something decorative to this, and it becomes a pendant. Got a single earring there. All right, so this bracelet. So it's a cuff bracelet with a hinge. Love Always by Chico's. And the reason it is craft jewelry is because it has two little stones missing. But that's a nice piece. Was a nice piece before it was broken. But there's ways to reuse it. This is a cute earring. I'm guessing it's here because the pair is not. But these look like these are stone. I would guess these are little amethyst chips. That's some kind of Bluetooth speaker or something. I don't know. Stick that away. Okay, this looks just like the one I just put away. So maybe that was a pair. Or maybe they're slightly different. I don't know. This one here is a little X. It has a maker's mark. I don't know what that maker's mark is. It's like a little square with a little doohickey on the side of it. Oh, the mark's on the back too. Looks like a square with maybe a, I want to say a check mark, but it's not a check mark. But I'm guessing it's here because its pair is missing. Here's just an earring clasp. And remember we were talking about making earrings. You don't even have to buy the earring backs or the, you know, the hardware. If you have multiple ones that are the same that you have single earrings of, you can just take those apart and use them on like necklace pieces to make new earrings. So this is a little bracelet. I see nothing wrong with this. It's just, you know, a cheap plastic. It's nothing fancy, but nothing wrong with that. Perfectly wearable. All right, we're not going to look at every little tiny piece because I know that's going to take forever. There's nothing wrong with this. It just has to be strung through. Okay. This is pretty. Has a few stones missing is why it's here. And it's easy enough to take a bunch of pieces with missing stones and kind of mix their stones together to recreate another beautiful piece. Oh, that's like an actual metal coin on that earring. Try and go a little quicker. Okay, so this is a watch without a, what's it called? A crystal? Is that what the cover is called? I'm not sure what's going on here. This is, oh, I just broke it off. But this could definitely be used for something. Just hook something new to it and you have a new piece. This is just really worn and old. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with it though. This is a little cuff bracelet with a lot of the things missing on it. This is like a tassel that you would hook to a purse or something. I don't see anything wrong with that. Oh, my bad. There are a couple of stones missing. See, sometimes with the missing stones, it's hard to even see it. So if you wanted to repurpose this like for your own use, you could just easily fill those in with something and nobody would notice, really. All right, what else we got? Just gonna dig for things that look cool. Nothing wrong with that little bracelet. I'm going to add that to my pile for the kids over there. This is a really pretty earring. I'm guessing doesn't have a pair, which is the reason it's here. I feel like I'm going to use that in a magnet project. Another little kids piece, nothing wrong with it. These are shells. I don't know why this is here. There's nothing wrong with this at all. Oh, this looks like it matches that other piece. Kind of, sort of. And it has an extender on it, which can totally be used for something else. I love single earrings because usually they're very easy to repurpose. So you could honestly just stick a chain through there and you have a pendant. Nothing wrong with it at all, other than the fact that it's a single earring. So all you gotta do is rip that off. And bam. If you need a very skinny chain, or you need to put a loop on it, a wire loop that could then be used for the for the necklace to go through. And that's all. This one here is super heavy duty, doesn't have any kind of clasp. So this is just super heavy chain. I'm sure there's plenty of projects around the house you could use this for. I don't know if I would necessarily use it to make new jewelry, but it's a nice little trim. Another little thing perfect for the kids' pile. Another one. So she threw a lot of bracelets in here that she just didn't want to deal with. And I understand. I have, I don't know how many, probably hundreds of pounds of jewelry to get through. I don't know why I'm buying jewelry. I'm crazy. But I have tons of jewelry, you guys. Tons and tons and tons and tons and tons. And then some more tons. All right, so this was part of a necklace. Looks like the chain's broken off. It'd be really easy to repurpose that into a wearable necklace by adding some other features to it. Oh, what's the clasp on this say? Designed by Talia, I don't know what that says, but it's broken. But it's got some cool like ceramic beads on it that could be reused to make other stuff. All right, here's something I like. This here has got these cool flowery pieces on it. So you take those apart, and these are definitely going to be used in some other projects. Oops, sorry. Sorry. And we just have one missing there. So much cool stuff, though. It is really fun going through jewelry. Even if you know that the majority of it is just broken, craftable pieces. Because there's potential. There's potential in everything. Look at how cool this is. So I guess the point is you just have to look at things with a wider eye. You know, if you're just looking for things that you're going to resell that are perfect and ready to go, yeah, you probably don't want to buy craft lots. But if you are crafty, or if you want to try being crafty, buying stuff like this is perfect. Because it's very easy to find lots like this. First of all, craft lots. Just go on eBay, type craft jewelry, or even on Facebook Marketplace, you'll find tons of things. And not only is it fun to go through, sometimes you'll find treasures hidden inside that people didn't realize what they were. And you will almost always find some cool stuff that you can repurpose, whether you're making your own jewelry, or like I said, I'm doing magnets, turning single earrings into necklaces or brooches, or doing any kind of other home crafty decorative projects. Like I mentioned picture frames. You can just do mixed media displays of all kinds of things. Take a vase and decorate it with some items to put your flowers in. So many things you can do, especially with some of these cooler vintage pieces. And really the only thing that becomes garbage is some of the, you know, some of the straps, some of the findings maybe, that you can't reuse for something else. But you can't sell it and you don't want to wear it, or you can't wear it because it's broken. Take it apart and look at all the pieces you have and then figure out how to stick them back together into something new. Maybe when I'm ready to make some projects with this and some other stuff that I have, maybe I'll make a video while we're designing some pieces. Here's another one that's like a coin. It's not the same coin as the other one, but it's cool. I like these. See, there's 5 different flowers here. There's only one that has something wrong with it. So you could easily take that out and reconnect it without that, or you can use all these individual flowers for other projects. I'm gonna go ahead and call it there while I get this cleaned up. I just wanted to give you guys an idea. So thank you, Joe and Renee, Flippin Flamingos. I love this lot. A lot of fun stuff to do with it. And I'm going to put the link to Flippin Flamingos page in the description of this video, just in case you're not following them. Please make sure you do. They bring great stuff. They also sell sometimes on Fridays with tea, auctions for you. And they are also selling with Big Barn Auction Company, who just launched their channel. I'll make sure you guys have links to all of those. You probably, if you're watching this, already know them, but I'll make sure you have a way to get to them if you don't. And we'll come up with something fun to do with these things. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you wouldn't mind giving it a thumbs up, leaving me a comment, and please make sure you're following my page. I do plan on bringing content to YouTube. I know I don't really have an audience right now, but I will be bringing lots and lots of content in the areas of jewelry and crafting and vintage photos and ephemera and all of those kinds of things that I deal with. Thank you very much, and you have a great day.